Hey everybody, Joe here. Thanks for tuning in again. This is not going to be the typical video because I'm at home with the kiddos. Well, my wife Christy is out. So we're going to be painting Zoe's brand new room. She's going to have a forest mural on her wall right there. This is Joseph, right here. Say hi, buddy.
Hi.
This is Zoe. Jaden.
Why are you following me?
There he is. Say hi.
Hi.
Yeah, they're watching from YouTube. Say, hi YouTube.
Oops.
Oh, good try. Good try. Okay. This is what I'm going to be using. Now, all I did was just take some black acrylic wall paint and water it down a lot because I don't want it to show through my finished painting. All I'm doing is, this is just like drawing the picture before I paint. So, I'm using a cheap foam brush. And that's just because it was what was laying around. It has that point on it, so that actually is nice for making little lines and sketching things out. What all are we going to put in this forest?
I want pines and aspens, and I want a little stream in it, and
Okay,
I want a cliff on the side with a stag on it.
Okay, so it's, even though it's just a forest, we could put trees anywhere. It's going to be valuable to plan this out and see what looks best. So I'm just going to start sketching and see what we can come up with.
Ooh, what time of day do you want?
So you want like a Bambi kind of a scene with the, you're thinking a big stag over here?
Yeah.
My arm's getting tired. Let's put him down.
But not huge, just like that big. Ish.
Okay. So are we thinking stag over on the right side? Or are you
yeah.
thinking, so we're putting a big deer over here, and so this will be kind of distant. What should we put above your bed? Because your bed's pretty much going to be here.
The stream could be there.
Okay. So I think it might be cool if you had some kind of an object that's kind of, so it looks like your bed maybe is in the picture. What do you think?
Okay. What's a good object?
Maybe like a big rock. What if we did a big rock that kind of goes up like stairs? You know how rocks kind of stair step on mountains? And then what if we did that and then put the big deer up on the top of that?
Okay.
Okay, let's do that. Now, so let's say over here we have, just for starters, let's say we have a rock here and we have kind of a flat platform. So all I'm doing is doing this long stretched out shape, just some kind of a horizontal shape, and then we'll have these darker areas will be where it's kind of going up. Okay, so this is where it's kind of stair stepping up a little bit higher. All right. Maybe something like that. Alright, and then anything that gets further, I always want to be real conscious of my perspective in everything I paint. I want to think about, if it's getting further, I want shapes to get more scrunched this way and closer together and smaller. So, you know, I want to have a rock. Zoe's kind of thinking like that scene in Bambi with, you know, with the
Stag.
Yeah, what do they call him? Was he like the
Prince of the Forest?
Prince of the Forest? Not the King of the Forest?
They call him the Prince of the
Oh, okay. Alright. So maybe he'll be like way up here. We'll put a rock kind of angling up like this. This will be like a giant distant rock. Okay. And I'm just going to go ahead and put the deer in right away so that we can, I like to start out with my focal point in a picture rather than build a big background and then destroy it with my foreground that I care about. I want to do the things I care about first and make the rest of it revolve around that. So let's put so about what size? If he's far away, we can't make him too big. So let's kind of put him here, like this. All right, this is just kind of a shot in the dark here. All right, we've got our deer like this. Okay. And maybe he's got his little ears and his antlers like so. Okay, how's that size? How's that
Good.
scale? Okay, cool. All right, and then we're gonna have, but you know, that's not a real focal point. That's kind of off to the side. Do you like it that far off to the side, or do you think we should maybe bring it out a little bit closer to the middle?
That's good because I maybe want your like
Okay.
raising lower down.
What if we kind of put some falls down here? That'd be cool, right? You did say stream,
Mm-hmm.
right? Oh, okay. So we could go like this. So let's say we've got a stream kind of tumbling over the rock somewhere here.
Okay.
For now, we'll just imagine that this is just kind of coming down here. So that's water. So then we might have some rocks on both sides. So notice that I put that water at a lower level than these rocks so that it looks like, you know, maybe that's sunk down in a little valley right here.
He's supposed to have to
Yeah, this would be cool.
I asked Dad. He said no.
And then we want forest in here. So back in here, are you thinking this is like forest filled with giant trees? We want aspens and pines.
I want there to be some giant pines.
Okay.
A few giant pines and a few giant
Okay.
aspens, but not all giant.
So this is something to think about when planning a mural like this, is where is the horizon? Even if you don't have the horizon visible in the picture, even if it's completely obscured by trees, it's still good to know where it is, because that affects your perspective, how you're gonna make things. So here we have a little below my eye level, but a horizon that's a little bit higher always looks better than a horizon that's a little bit too low, in my opinion. Okay. All right. Here, watch. Here you go. Yeah, you can paint. Ooh. Whoa, cool. Good job. Let's turn that into something. Yeah,
Tree. Do you remember those curved aspens you wanted?
Yeah, and now it's on his hands and my shirt. That's what okay. That'll be a tree. Let's go a few trees in here. Maybe some kind of hanging over. I'm imagining them like this. Some rocks in there, maybe. More trees. We want lots of trees. For now, I'm just gonna put a bunch of horizontal lines here. You know, I really want to get tiny. These short little lines might represent really tall trees that are, you know, a few hundred yards away. So I want real extreme changes of lines this big to my foreground trees. Let's do a foreground tree. Where can we put one? How about, I think we could really use one right here, just right of center. Let's put a big tree. So here's a tree in the foreground, but not the closest. So we're gonna make it about yay wide. We'll make this one an aspen. How about? That'll be cool. Now, something to remember with trees is that anything below my eye level, I'm going to put rings on this tree. So right at eye level, those rings are just going to appear as straight lines. The lower I get, the more they're going to be like smiles. So see how when I get down here, I start curving these. And then when I get above eye level, it's the opposite. See, if this was a small painting and it was all just straight in front of me, all equally straight in front of my eyes, then I might not want to put this much perspective change. For me, I have to turn my head to look at this, so it looks better if the lower lines on the tree are in smile shapes, while the higher are in these frowning shapes. Alright, so this is a big rock right here. We'll kind of put a shadow. We don't want to spend a ton of time putting valuable, detailed content right behind this headboard. So that'll just be a dark rock. This is water. Let's make this look a little more like water by putting a bunch of horizontal lines. Okay. This is chaos. Where is that little munchkin? Down there making all that noise. I've got Zoe holding the camera now. So I'm kind of thinking, Zoe, you have to tell me if you think of anything else to put in this picture along the way, okay?
Okay. Can you do a hawk on one of the aspen branches for me?
Okay, a hawk. Yes, that's a good idea. Okay. We have an animal here. What if we had another animal in the tree up here?
Yeah, that works.
Or we could put him right up there on a branch across the middle. We could do that too. Let's put him up in here. We'll put him in here. Okay, so somewhere off of a tree there's a branch. And are you thinking that he goes... Alright, foam brush. Remember, that's the foam brush. Maybe right there? That size?
Yeah, that's
A
good.
hawk like that? Do you think he should be bigger?
I think that's
He can
good.
be. Okay. Well, look, you can make a sharp little... Okay, that was a fail. That does not look like a sharp little beak. That looks so funny. Zayden, come here. Okay, so I'm thinking another tree. I got my bucket of paint right here. You know, a lot of the time I can't see in my bucket because I just have a little bit. What I do is I just do this with my hand, and then when I feel the resistance, I go down slowly. When I feel the resistance, then I know I dipped my brush. That way I don't over dip blindly. Okay. I'm thinking it'd be cool to have a real big tree like this. Just put some cool perspective on it. This is the base, and we'll make it kind of shooting away from me. We do the curves of the branches kind of like this. Just getting smaller. Let's see, where else could we make it go? Maybe like this. No, don't touch it, Zeta. Let's put pine tree in here. Alright, these are pine needles. Looks exactly like pine needles. We got pines in here. We're going to have a whole bunch of this with the color in. It'll make a lot more sense. Alright, so we have a few pine trunks coming down here. Let's put some vertical lines. Like this. Let's put, here's a good spot for a pine. Let's put a pine tree right up in here. Even though who knows if we'll actually, let's do like Bob Ross. Alright, just a little bit of a representation of what's going to be in there. Just enough to get some perspective. Right, then we've got a big rock here. We got a rock here. And this kind of looks to me like we have some cliffs. So that might be cool. Do you think this is cool, Zoe, if we turn these into some rocky cliffs?
Yeah.
And it's like going down into a little stream. A little forest stream.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, cool. Let's put a rock shooting up right here. Like this, and then the water might come out toward your floor. Like this, maybe down here. Do you like this, Satan? You want to try? You can try one more time. Yeah, let's paint. Good job. Good job. Yeah, let's make that into a bush. We're gonna sing it. No. No. Let Daddy do it, okay? It's Daddy's paint. Can you say paint?
Paint.
That's right, paint. Good job. Okay, then we have a rock here, maybe. I just like to put rocks in just to add shape, so I can follow my drawing. You know, they might not necessarily stay in there. Look, this is fun. You can make water look like water immediately just with these shapes. These reflection shapes. I just do these with more pressure and less pressure to make that shape. So this will be a little stream coming down. You want down? Do you want down?
No.
Down. Okay. There you go. Alright, so we've got our stream coming down here. So, where do you think this should go? Should we... Who knows? Maybe we'll figure that out along the way. Let's just kind of make a short line that just kind of...
Ooh, I like that. Going down.
Okay. All the way down to the floor?
Yeah.
Alright, cool. That's good. And then we got this big tree shooting off the side of the cliff here. It'd be kind of cool if we had some roots there. Some tree roots. Someone asked me once how to do tree roots. It'd be cool to include some in this. Even if aspens don't actually have roots that look like that. Okay, these roots would probably be headed downward rather than upward. So we'll just do kind of a rough outline. You know, I'll tell you something about these trees. They always have these tons of splits in them down here at the base, where the bark starts to split apart. So I'll just put some of those in right here, just because it'll be for a fun looking drawing. All right, and you want pines in there too, so we can't forget the pines. So I think that it'd be cool to have a pine tree right out in front of, how about right out in front of the aspen tree? Right here we do a pine, and we can make branches coming. This one's going away from you. Pine branches always do this. They go up, then down, then up.
No.
Up, then down, then up. Did you try to copy Daddy, Zayden? What is this? Can you tell? To him it just looks like chaos, I'm sure.
Tie.
Okay, let's put, I think it'd be cool if we put some pine branches kind of coming right out into the front and coming right across here. See, I always like to mix horizontal with vertical shapes. So here we have the horizontal shape of a big flat pine needle covered branch coming right across this big vertical shape of a trunk going up. I always like the contrast that makes in a picture. And we'll make that coming forward off of this trunk right here. Looks exactly like a pine tree. Alright, so we're going to have lots of pine needles in here. Okay, that gives us a good start, I think. Let's bring this down here. I think once we get going with the color on this, it'll give us more ideas as we go. Is there anything else you can think of that we might put in this layout?
Like in which part of it? All of it?
Anything. Yeah, just if you can think of anything. We don't have to.
If we had a few ravens flying up higher, that'd be kind of cool.
Some crows flying. Well, we have open space. We could put them disappearing into this open space distance. You want to do that?
Okay.
Okay. So let's go, we'll do for now we'll just make those little M shapes. We'll just say that's birds. It does not look that good, but we'll say that that's a flockbird. Maybe I did too many up there. We'll go a little bit easier. That's why you do the sketch. Okay, but you know what I think it'd look cool is if you saw the edges of some trees back in here. So we'll put, this is aspen and pine, so we'll put some edges of maybe some, I'm losing my words here, some yellow aspen leaves. These will be the edges of trees. So this will be our most distant area back in here. There. Yeah. And then, what can we put behind this big old stag here?
Mountain?
Oh, do you want to do that?
That would be cool if you can.
I'm getting into perfectionism mode with my giant foam brush painting just a little stag on the wall. Okay, that's a good idea, Zoe. I like the idea of a mountain. But should we really make the mountain way over there on the right side?
Or you could put it behind everything, whatever would look.
Let's just try it.
Coolest.
Here, let me stand on your bed for a minute. What if we just went a peak coming up like this?
Ooh, that's cool.
And this will be real distant and misty. And we'll make sure that we bring some branches up onto the ceiling too. So like these branches here, these will come out like this and come right up onto the ceiling. And we'll make leaves in there.
Ooh, yay. It goes onto the ceiling.
Yeah, you gotta be careful with this kind of stuff. I always make the branches fork somewhere close to the ceiling, because if you just make a straight line, then it's really obvious the change in perspective.
Mm-hmm.
But if you make a lot of bends and forks in the branches near the transition, then it's less obvious when the perspective changes onto the ceiling. Yeah, that'll be cool, huh? It seems like we need kind of like an old dead fallen tree somewhere. Maybe we can make one falling across the river. You want to?
Ooh, yeah.
That'd be kind of cool. Where should we make it? Maybe like right... We could even make it like having a bunch of moss and stuff on it.
Okay. Lichens?
Yeah. Let's make one coming right across here. Like this. What, is that what grows on the trees? Lichens?
Yup.
That grows on trees, not just rocks?
It grows on trees, yeah, I've seen it.
Okay, all right. Okay, so this will be in perspective, coming closer and closer to you. See, better to decide these things now with just this rough sketch, and to think of it later. And this will be getting real close, and it'll get real big. Maybe we can even put a big hole in it right here. Okay, let's tell the people on YouTube what is the most annoying thing about your dad.
I don't know.
Just think of one thing that's annoying sometimes. Don't worry, it won't hurt my feelings.
In the car on the way to school when you won't stop talking about light and how it works and I don't understand half the words you're saying.
That's annoying?
Yeah, it's really annoying. I mean, sometimes it's interesting, but it's kind of annoying sometimes too.
Yeah, okay. Alright. I guess that makes sense. Okay, so now I have to be conscious of the height that people are at when they walk in that door. Because I want them to look across and see this trunk coming across onto this wall. And if they're way down here, then I'm going to want to bend down. If they're way up here, I'm going to want to bend it up. So I think my height is close to your height. So I'm going to be watching like this so that when I make this come across, that line looks like it continues through that corner. Like this. Then I'll continue to make it get a little bigger. There. Now we'll have a big tree falling across and continuing right across. Oh, look, it does go up. I'm at the height of the camera now and I'm seeing. So we'll go. I made the angle a little bit off. Watch how much better it looks if I correct that angle. You always want to be conscious of the height of the viewer.
That's an ugly noise.
Oh, that's that gymnastics mat. Okay. There we go. Big fallen tree across the rock. This is the shadow. So, right now this looks kind of chaotic. But it's really going to help me put this mural together faster, knowing where I'm going with it. And we'll put a bunch of nice bright green moss. We'll put some, make sure we put some treetops in here. We got to make them open enough that you can see more of that mountain. We'll work on that. Let's make this branch go out. Like that. And then up like this.
Cool.
Yeah, you know, we want to throw in the unexpected. I always try to have an element of the unexpected shape that's not doing what everything else is doing. All right, and then this will come out somewhere onto your ceiling. Like that. All right, I think we're off to a good start. How do you feel about it, Zoe?
It looks good. Now all you need is color.
No, I was thinking just leave it black and white. Now that I'm seeing how good it looks this way, I'm thinking just leave it.
Nice try.
Oh, okay. Whew, that was a challenge last night, but a challenge well worth it. On the last How to Paint a Landscape, Part 6. Mickey Wharton says, really love those mountains, sort of reminds me of Frisco Peaks. Makes me a little homesick. Oh, well, thank you, Mickey, for that very nice compliment. Paolo Croci says, bravissimo, complimenti e grazie from Genoa, Italy. Thanks for the shout out from Italy. That's exciting. Seema Minan Thacker, hope I said that okay. She says, very different from what I would have thought of. Suddenly I'm thinking, let's not do standard anymore. So thanks for opening up a new door. Well, thank you for that nice compliment, and I really like what you said about not doing standard. I always try to put something unexpected in a picture because that, you know, I just like the way that feels. It almost feels more natural if it seems less expected, you know, like it didn't pose for the picture or something. So I appreciate you pointing that out. Tony 11950000 says, time to go fishing. Dia Skov, giving a shout out from Denmark, says, thank you so much for your videos. I have learned a lot and I'm about to finish one of my pieces because of your help. That's very encouraging to me. She says, I'm in love with your way of simplifying these techniques. That's a very nice compliment. I enjoy hearing that. Hanan Al-Shehri S says, I'm so happy that I found you on YouTube. Now I look for lessons how to draw a desert and wish you could explain to us in detail. Now I'm one of your students. Almost tagged that. I don't know what that means. From KSA, I think that means Saudi Arabia, so thank you for that shout out. From the Middle East, and that makes sense that you might be interested in painting a desert. So I think that would be a really good video. I definitely need to keep that in mind. Momo says, many thanks for sharing your knowledge. It's amazing how you explain how and why you use colors. I know that you already made a tutorial on that one, but it's kind of blurry. Could you please make another one? Or maybe a series with examples in it. Greetings, many thanks again from Tunisia. All right, that's a new country. I like that. So I definitely value that feedback. I want to make 1,000 videos on color and color theory. It's a lot of information, so I'll keep that in mind. I'm always trying to do a better job of explaining those things, especially since I'm constantly learning new things about them. Wendell Williams says, please show how to build a large canvas. That's good, I should do that. Hat Nanin says, OMG, I didn't watch last week, but I definitely will start watching this series from the beginning. What I wanted to say, do the app. I'll appreciate everything that helps me mix realistic colors. Thank you for that encouragement. I am trying really hard to fine-tune the math on that app. That's man, that's been a project. You know, sometimes you bite off a little more than you can chew, but it's coming along. All right, let's go to the next video. How to paint metallic objects. James Knapp says, so what would a chrome ocean look like? Be a little hard on the eyes, I think. And thank you for the very nice compliment, James. Thank you. Harper Smithy says, thanks for this video. A lot of valuable information. Plus, I love watching you work. Good luck with your new house. A drink to christen your new dwelling from the UK. Thank you, Harper. Barbara Din says, thank you from Argentina. Man, my voice cracked a little bit on that. Barbara Din. Chi Maxalena says, it's so ironic that you uploaded this because just last night I was searching for videos on how to paint metallic objects. Right on, I'm glad to hear that. Then I wake up to one of the most informative artists I always go to posting this. That's a very nice compliment, thank you. Hey, you know, you don't only have to give me nice compliments. You can point out the things about me that are weird and embarrassing too. You know, I enjoy reading those too. It makes me laugh if somebody notices my quirks and awkwardness, because there's plenty there to notice. Pamela Miles says I'm hot. Thank you, that's always good for the ego. And says, did you take painting classes? No, but I, as I've said before, I've just put a ton of my energy on my personal free time into studying whatever. You know, I've learned that for me, studying a new subject, like when I was first learning how to paint, what helped me learn the most was identifying that one singular goal I was trying to get to, that one thing I wanted, and just studying whatever it took to get that goal, rather than opening a book on the broad subject and trying to start from square one. You know, it's been the same. I just found that I learn well that way. So self-studied is what I call myself, rather than self-taught. You know, there's many experts out there that are doing amazing things. I would hate to think of myself as some kind of self-made, self-taught person just because people have worked hard to make things available. But me, I get excited about a subject, and then I just study real hard on that subject because that's where I can stay focused, is where I'm excited. Naples says, hey, how did you get started painting? Well, I just so happen to have a video called How I Got Started. So if you search that on YouTube, I don't remember the exact URL, but just look up How I Got Started by Mural Joe. Joseph John Moylan says, awesome, Joe, thanks from Hawaii. Oh man, I would love to go to Hawaii. You know, I've never been there. Okay, I'm going to stop there. Once again, thank you so much for all of the encouraging words, and I'm going to look forward to following up on this mural next week, and so I'll see you then.